This looks like it needs to stay on. If I close my computer, it kind of goes away. Yeah, probably. Okay. Can reconnect easily enough.
No, there was some amazing Eloise's team was definitely dominant. Okay, what am I doing? Sorry. That's okay. I'm going all the way. Yes. Oh, here we go. I got it. Figured it out. I don't know anything about that. I hope I can figure that out. What am I doing? That's not. I passed out. I'm just Sorry,
Okay, everybody, this is our 5-minute warning for Sunday school to start. So grab your coffee and cookies and come and find a place to sit.
I'm gonna do this every school so I can help them. But it's gonna, well, no, it's not.
I would sleep before that happened. And you woke up and feel like.
Oh, yeah. No,
I recorded it, so I watched it.
so we definitely have to think like. It's like, oh, we watched the whole.
Everybody was on the oh, I see that part. He just shut it through the field. So surely the game wasn't because it would have been high.
Yeah.
This was. Oh, the rumble. Yeah. These were sort of overwhelming.
All coaches do that, but the question is, can they get larger than
That's the way it is.
Would you please with
Yeah.
pictures?
Okay. Yeah, it's funny, I almost said, I was drafting, and I left church, and then I deleted that draft, and I came back to it a day later. So I must have just thought that. You know, it's somewhere between the. Yeah, I'll send you. I know. Just like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, celebrating my brother's. I should be here. Yeah, so you'll be able to. No, but so I went on a date and I recommended she chips, but she was.
Hello, yes, hello everyone, it's time to start. So this morning, we're gonna talk a little bit about Sunday school, our children, and then our child protection policy. We thought it would be good to talk a little bit about what we've been doing in Sunday school, because I think some people don't know what we've been teaching the kids here. And so I am the coordinator of faith formation for the young adults, and then Audrey is starting to do the adult, I said adults, but I meant kids, and Audrey is doing it for the adults. So this is our first.
Young adults.
Can I say it again? Oh, got it. So we do have a child protection policy that we worked on. I think it was 2018 that we worked on it. And I'm gonna blame COVID on the reason that we haven't really been protecting, that we haven't been doing everything in it since then. But that we can't blame COVID anymore now, it's 4 years later. So we, part of it is having times like these to discuss the policy and go through that. And then part of that is also signing a agreement for, and you probably, maybe you see it when you're walking up the stairs, and the landing up there, there's a list of, we'll keep our children safe and we'll follow this policy. And so we want to do that. So we're gonna have this today. We're gonna talk about it a little, and then we will, in a couple of months, sign that together. So that's what we're talking about today. So we worked on that. It was called Dove's Nest at the time, and they've adopted it. It's called Safe Church now, and it's Nancy Kaufman who helped us come up with that at the time in 2018. And I'm gonna put this down because I have the policy on my phone and I don't have it to show you because that would be too easy and helpful. So I don't necessarily want to read the whole thing, but we will make sure to get copies emailed out, I think, and can go through it. But some of the things that we did, several years ago were put windows in all of the classrooms. That wasn't in place prior to that. We, established different things about who can be alone with children or not alone, and then we do background checks. I think it's every 3 years, 5 years. So we are looking into getting that completed this year or in 2025. So the admin team was working on that, and we will have that done. And then my mom would be upset if I didn't say that Everett's has a matching grant for every 3 years. It's up to $350 for your church to get background checks. So we'll be utilizing that as well. So if you're working directly with the children, you get a background check, and then there's certain other individuals in the church that are supposed to be getting background checks every 5 years. So we're going to be doing that. And then we have open door policies in all the classrooms, so rovers can come in at any time during Sunday school to just make sure everything's good with that. So I will have this policy emailed, like I said, so we can all review it and then decide to sign the paper up on the stairs. This all started, it was determined that churches with policies look a little bit less enticing to people who might have bad intentions to come to. So if you have a policy, it might help protect you. So, and obviously our children are the most important things here, so we want to protect them. So that is why we started it, and it was overdue. And so now especially is important because we have so many little children here. So that's what we're doing. And it is a wonderful problem, yes. So if anyone has any questions or wants to say anything, just jump in at any time. But the more exciting, fun part of this is, I think, getting to know our kids and what we're doing in Sunday school. So I am just going to read periodically some information that parents sent me about their kids. And then we have a little trivia that we'll do at the end, so you have to pay attention, because you might not be able to complete it if you don't listen. All right. Shame. Okay, Sarah's not here and Elizabeth's not here, but Elizabeth likes art, math, and listening to books. She likes school and her neighborhood friends. Her favorite toy is anything Paw Patrol, and she is currently very interested in ghosts and mummies. So that's also, I'm very interested in her interests. And then I'll do one more on Huck, the other end of the age spectrum for kids. He's 15, and he's a 10th grader at Compass Montessori School. And this is all from his dad, so he can dispute this if it's not true, but dad said his favorite subjects are science and math. And he runs cross country and plays basketball for Golden View Classical Academy. And he enjoys fishing and playing any game that you can win, which include pickleball, disc golf, Mario Kart, and tiddlywinks. Is that true, Huck? Okay, good, all right. All right, and then I'm gonna let Don talk about what he has been for the past couple of years now, teaching the older, like youth and then middle school aged kids.
All right. All right, I'm Don Ruth, and I teach, I think that's ages like 4th or 5th all the way up through high school now. So I try to make it fun. And in the past years, we've been going through the curriculum that the church gets, and I've never really used the curriculum. What I do is I used it as a launching pad to go off, and I would just kind of pick and choose what I wanted to do from it. But then last year, we sort of decided that, well, let me start with a story. When I was in high school, I was in an art history class just because we had to take it. And after the class, the art history teacher came and wanted me to be his assistant because every time he showed a picture that a master had painted, and they were all biblical scenes, I knew exactly what it was. I said, oh, that must be so-and-so doing that. And he said, how can you know all of that stuff? Sunday school, that's why, okay. So last year, we started understanding or seeing that our kids aren't really getting a good biblical base or base of what the Bible is about, what it teaches. So I started last year teaching Genesis, and we didn't do the beginning. We started in chapter 12, and I love Genesis because it's all about relationships. We have the relationships between Sarah and Abraham and a selfish Abraham. And how does Sarah deal with that? We have two people who decide that they're going to take matters into their own hands, and then they get a servant involved named Hagar. And now we have this triad of relationships and how they deal with each other and how they make mistakes and how some people are disenfranchised. And all of that is in the book of Genesis in this first several chapters of starting in chapter 12. We studied all of that. We also went on from there after Ishmael was born and he was shoved out of the way. And we come up with Isaac, and we saw how Isaac used the whole concept of power under versus power over when there was dealing with wells in his area, and how he never really tried to fight. He always tried to go away from a fight. And then we talked about the two brothers, Isaac and Jacob, and how, or Esau and Jacob, I'm sorry, and how the relationship and how one was always the trickster trying to, get what wasn't his. And then he runs in, he has to, because he finally caused his brother to lose his birthright and the blessing. His brother wanted to kill him, so he had to run up north to his uncle, and the trickster ran into an even better trickster than himself. And as a result, he was tricked into marrying someone that he wasn't planning on marrying. And between his two wives, he ended up having 11 sons and one daughter while he was there. And so then God told him to leave, and he left, and he tipped off his uncle because he just snuck out. And so there was a confrontation there. And then we come to Joseph, and I'm not going to say anything because we haven't started that one yet. I just go through all of this with the kids, and hopefully, I make it fun. And Barry, you want to grab that one? I know that some of my kids like geography. I love geography. So I show maps of where everything's going. Just all the maps. We talk about people's faith chart. Here's Abraham's, the greatest man of faith, supposedly, and look at his faith chart. That's really bad, and that's really good. I have the kids choose, and they decide what their faith level is. And then we have Isaac, and we have Jacob. So we go through that, and we see that these people are just like us. They have mistakes and everything else. Then we talk about the trickster, and we just go through all the Jacob's lives and say, well, was that a good trick or was that a bad trick? And then we just talk about important faith lessons. So I try to make it fun. I try to have them involved. And speaking of having fun, they always like to see a Lego video. So I am going to show you just a little snippet of one of the Lego videos that we watched. And this has to do with Jacob and Esau.
These are biblical Legos?
Is it what?
They're biblical Legos?
Yes, well, I mean, you can find all kinds of things. Let me see if I can get this to work. And I need Annie's help because I can't even see my mouse.
Oh, there it is.
Where is it? Oh, here.
Just go straight down.
There it is.
God blessed Isaac with everything, but he did not give Isaac and Rebekah children. Isaac prayed to God for many years, and God answered his prayers by giving him 2 sons. They were twins. The first twin was Esau. He had a lot of hair on his body. The second twin
Not really.
Jacob, and he had smooth skin with little hair. When they grew up, Esau became a hunter who went out to the forest and prairies to hunt for food. But Jacob became a shepherd who took care of sheep. One day, Esau came back from hunting. He did not catch anything and was really hungry. Meanwhile, Jacob was making soup. Esau came to Jacob and asked,
Hi, Jacob. I came back from hunting, and I am really, really hungry. Can you please give me some of your soup?
Well, I made the soup for me and my parents to eat. I will not have enough for you. So no.
Please, Jacob. I am really hungry. I am so hungry that I might die.
All right. Then if I give you my soup, I want something in return. I want you to give me your birthright. You are the older son and the number one in our family. Well, I want to be the number one. I will give you the soup only if you give me your birthright. Well, do you want to do that? Think faster, or I will change my mind.
Jacob understood what it meant to be the firstborn and eldest son, so he decided to trick Esau and take his birthright. In those days, the firstborn son got their father's blessings and a lot of family wealth. Jacob knew this and wanted to take everything for himself before their father gives it to Esau. Esau did not think of the future blessings. Instead, he was too focused on his hunger. Esau did not value the blessings of firstborn sons. So Esau said,
Okay, Jacob. You can take my place in the family and become the number one son. Just quickly, give me the soup.
When their father grew old and his eyes did not.
That's it.
Thank you, Dawn, for that. Emily's gonna come up and, she can tell. I just wanted to update everyone a little bit on Alina, because I know you must wonder sometimes why she's so by my side and quiet. So she was diagnosed maybe 2 years ago with selective mutism. And basically that means at home, she's like a normal kid, like you would expect. But outside of our house, she doesn't talk. Like even if we go on our porch, she's back to a whisper. So we have been working with a therapist. She has a team at school that's been really wonderful. And so we're trying to take some steps, obviously, to help her get back what we call her brave voice. So they call spaces where kids don't talk contaminated spaces. And so obviously this is one of those, which I hate saying, but I also think that this might be a good place for us to decontaminate. And this summer she goes to selective mutism camps every year, and they give some really great ideas for that. So we're gonna be working on doing that. And if you ever get a video text from me with her asking you a question, you can send a video back with your response. Surveys are one of the ways, like, that are low risk. She knows what someone's gonna answer her. And she can rehearse the question. So anything she can rehearse first is really helpful. So we're gonna try that through video first. Like we've already sent one to Anita, who she spent more time with. And so she like makes a survey, she makes a little graph, the answer she gets back. So we're gonna try to do that and try to spread it out a little bit more so she knows more people are hearing her voice. I'm also gonna try to spend time in this space with her, just me and her, to get her talking here. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know, it's not like she doesn't like you, it's not like she's being rude. But it's something we're working on every day, and it is an anxiety disorder. And so that's where we're at. And we thank you all for your support. Oh, yeah.
Is it helpful to still ask her questions even though you know she won't answer, or is it better not to?
I would say, so one thing they taught us in the very beginning is that if you do ask a question, for it to have two choices. Like if you say, would you like donut holes or would you like this brownie? That way, it again takes away that like thought process of having to think through her response. She has two choices. She'll probably say it to me, but that is a great way to engage her. Obviously, yes, no, you might get a like little shake of the head or nod from her. But honestly, if you try that with two choices and I'm there, then that would be like a great way for us to start practicing with her too, to respond to all of you. Thanks for that question. Any other questions? You can always ask. I'm always happy to talk about it. Well, and I'll talk a little bit about what Emily sent me about Alina. If I can find her on here. She loves art is her favorite class in school. I know that off my head. Color code, oh, there we go. She's in 6th grade this year, so she just went to a new school. Right, yeah, so this year, so that's been an adjustment, but I think she's doing pretty good. And her favorite subject is art. She loves to draw and craft, and she loves to climb trees. So that is some fun facts about Alina. And then also tell some fun facts about Shane. He's you're 12. He is in 7th grade this year. He plays soccer. He is very, very interested in expensive cars. And so every time we see any expensive cars driving on the road, I think I'm gonna get in an accident because he's yelling and he's so excited. He knows what they're called and he knows everything about them. So anyway, that's his favorite subject in school is English. Because his teacher doesn't yap as much or something like that. But I'm embarrassing it. And I will also talk about Ada. If you get a chance to talk to Ada, she's so fun and she seems like she's shy upstairs, but she's not really shy. So talk to her if you can, she's funny. She's in kindergarten this year and she likes science. And her favorite after school club is cooking. I thought that was so cool that she does that. And then she loves rock and roll and singing and riding bike, rock climbing with her dad. And she's been busy writing clues and spells in her sketchbooks. That, I think her and Olivia could really have some fun with that, so. And then I wanted to talk a little bit, so Dawn mentioned we were using the Shine curriculum that Harold Quest puts out, and it's good, and it's really a good curriculum, but it's more like being a good steward and all of the good things like that, but we felt like the kids needed a better basis in the Bible stories, and I think, I won't name names, but a child was asked about Noah's Ark and had no idea what that was, so we felt like we're failing in that way. So this fall and then winter, we're going to be focusing on just straight Bible stories. We don't have a specific like lesson that we're doing, but Claire and Emily are very qualified to teach these children, and so they'll be doing different creative things every week, and so we're hoping that will help. Then when we do go back to the curriculum, it'll give them a stronger, basis on those other things when we talk about Jesus and the Bible verses and, peace building and all of those things, which are also very important. But I'm excited for them to, learn about the things we learned about when we were in Sunday school, when we were little. So that's the plan going forward.
Let's put a plug in in case anybody else wants to teach.
Oh, yes, and if anyone else wants to teach, if you have a favorite Bible story that you just are dying to tell little children about, that would be a great opportunity. And I was telling Claire and Emily, if they're both teaching the same story in a different week, I think that's great because repetition is good, especially for young learners. So they learn Mozart a couple times, then that's great. Or Jacob and Esau or whatever, so. But yeah, we always can use extra minds and teachers in those classrooms, so that is a good reminder. Cecilia, who's not shy anywhere. She's in second grade this year and she likes math. And she likes to read, she goes snow skiing, swimming, boating, she likes art, music, and she attends a dual language school, she's learning Spanish, so that's fun for her. And then I have Sadie, she's in fourth grade, and she likes writing, and she likes soccer and reading. So we have a lot of readers, but their last name is not Simpson. I read to them every night. We have books everywhere. They basically slept in books. They don't crack them. So anyway, so Elias, he's the oldest son of Aaron and Eric, and his favorite school, he is taking honors biology this year, which I thought was interesting, and he also likes human geography. I thought that was interesting too. And is he a freshman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everyone followed the conference, that's okay. He did very well. And then he likes soccer, mountain biking, video games, skiing, and spending time with his friends, virtually or in person. And he thinks, Eric sent me this, he said he thinks he likes video games and hanging out with his friends the most. So that matches Ian, who's a sophomore this year, and he is, your favorite school subject is science? Yes, and he is playing volleyball, and he likes video games. And he is managing the girls' volleyball team this year and playing for a club. So it's pretty much all volleyball for him. Oh, and he is enjoying learning to drive. Oh, and he tutors kids in math too. That's great. And then Olivia, she's in second grade this year. And unlike my children, reading is her favorite subject at school and a favorite activity. She likes listening to audiobooks and building things with Legos, magnet tiles, and any material that she can get her hands on, which is fun. And she loves animals. She likes red pandas, giant pandas, hamsters, and a lot of rodents. And then there's Tor. He's 11, and you're in, is it fifth grade or sixth grade? Sixth grade at Compass Montessori, oh, it's right here, Compass Montessori School, and he likes all subjects, especially math, is that true? Okay, that's what your dad said, so, you play soccer, Denver Kickers, and this is really interesting, you compete in, Destination Imagination, some of you know what that is, and I think it would be a good topic to talk to Tor about what they're doing this year. Have you started? Okay, well, when they start, what they're doing this year for Destination Imagination, it's always an interesting thing to do. I think that was all for Tor. And then I'm missing the twins and Eloise. So Elin likes math, and he likes being outside, chopping brush and sticks and setting up his fort, and he likes to be active. He also plays soccer, and he tries to keep up with Elias on the ski slope. And he likes to play games with his siblings and parents and grandparents, which include video games and Pokemon. And then Esme likes reading and spending time with friends and reads any book she can get her hands on. And she likes playtime, teasing, that's true, dressing up and interacting with people of all ages. And then Louise, she likes anything creative like arts and crafts, and she likes, I thought this was cute, she likes doing PowerPoint presentations and putting together display boards. I thought maybe we could use her around here. She's very busy this fall doing dance, cheer, soccer, and cross country. And it says she doesn't want to give any of them up, so that's a lot. In her first cross country race, she showed she is not faster than both mom and dad, nearly 2 miles in 14 minutes, 27 seconds. She is also an excellent and creative card maker.
What grade is she?
She's in 7th. Yeah, she's 12. Yeah, she just told us that. Oh, and then I have Evelyn and Addie Miller. Their information. Evelyn's 9 and she's in 4th grade and she likes hip hop, dancing, rock climbing, student council, swimming, and helping her dad on projects and playing Legos. And then Addie's 6 and she started kindergarten this year. So their family has everybody in school full time, I think, this year. And so grandma's nodding her head over there. And she, Addie likes gymnastics, riding her bike, swimming, and playing school. They're camping this weekend, Chelsea told me. I think that's everyone. Is that everyone? Claire's thinking. Yeah, so it's a big group and it's a wonderful group. And so I have put together, well, online, a crossword puzzle. And it has all the kids' names in it and a fun fact from what I told you. So, John, pass them out, and then there's pencils somewhere that it might be in that top drawer. If anyone has any questions or comments, but this time is more like just, you can talk and whatever, if you have any questions.
How long do we get?
Probably not enough for
Oh no, I could make more if you want more.
Oh yeah, 3 classes. Stephanie, and then Ron, and Karen.
Should we make more?
Here's some. It's John. That's right. In that room, there's a big thing.
Should we make more? Could I say something about the kids?
Yeah, oh, on the mic?
I just want to say one thing about the kids, and this is all on, every single one. I am often at the refreshment table when they come through. They are so incredibly polite. It almost astonishes me. Everyone, and some of the older ones will help some of the younger ones. Some of the younger ones say, I don't need your help. But they always say, thank you, I don't need your help. So parents, you have really wonderful kids, you really do.
Does anyone else have any stories or comments about the kids that they would like to tell? Well, positive or negative.
You didn't got pencils. I didn't, it's 2 years.
That's all you. There's gotta be more.
There's a lot.
Does anyone else need any writing utensils?
Oh, good.
Really?
Yeah, we have those easy things.
I'm so bad at these, I can like. What shape has it? Yes. That'd be best. I think so.